Alright, another franchise completed. I've reviewed all 5 Underworld movies, so now let's rank them from worst to best. And overall, I'll say this is an okay franchise. I didn't love any of them, but one of them I really enjoyed, and the other ones were okay to semi-enjoyable. So starting at the bottom, my least favorite of the Underworld franchise is Underworld 5 Blood Wars, simply because I couldn't really see most of it. It's such a dark movie. The cinematography, I was not a fan of it. The action sequences were shot well, but there wasn't enough. It's got probably the least amount of action in the 5 movies. But the CGI was good. It's probably the best in the franchise because it being the latest one to come out. I hate that this is a sequel that like retcons stuff from the past, and I don't like what they did with Scott Speedman's character and the daughter character that was introduced in part 4. I wish we could have gotten more of that character in this one. Number 4, we'll go to Underworld 3 Rise of the Lycans. This is the prequel, and the reason why it's so low is because it doesn't do anything to advance the story from the first 2 movies. It's a prequel where we know what the end result's going to be. We know exactly what's going to happen to these 2 characters in love, so there's really no point in watching. What also hurts the movie is the fact that we don't get sexy Kate Beckinsale in it. It's the only one where she is not present. But the performances are good, especially from like Michael Sheen and the guy playing Victor, Bill Nye. Not sure how you pronounce his last name, but good performances and shot well. Love the style. It's just like the first 2 movies. Entertaining enough, but it's like, what's the point? We know where this is heading. Number 3, we'll go to Underworld 4 Awakening. This one introduces the giant Lycans, or just the one giant Lycan, and reintroduces Kate Beckinsale into the franchise. And this one was just really short and fast-paced, and has some fun action sequences, especially in the third act in the parking garage. I had some fun with this one. It's a lot more CG heavy than the rest, and can look and feel like a video game movie at times. But I like that this one had a little twist in it that I didn't see coming, and I liked that in the story, the humans are now aware of the Lycans and vampires' existence. A couple of gripes I had with the movie, though, was the dialogue. A lot of it felt very forced dialogue, which is not as strong as some of the previous movies. And I didn't like how quickly they got rid of Wes Bentley's character. I love that actor, and the way they get rid of him in this was brutal. And this one does not have Scott Speedman, and neither does the rest of the franchise. He leaves after part 2, and it's a shame that he couldn't come back for more. Now, my number 2 might be a little controversial, but it's the original Underworld. I just can't put it at number 1 because the other one that's going to be my number 1 I enjoyed a little bit more than this one. And this one has some CGI that really ages it. This one teases nudity. I hate when movies do that. If you're not going to show it, don't tease me. And also, I thought the actor playing the character Craven was pretty weak. Did not like his performance. And I also wasn't into the look of the werewolves in this. I thought the score was kind of generic, and there wasn't really any surprises or twists that weren't predictable in this one. But I thought the movie had some terrific set designs. I love the visual style, just the cinematography. It's very well shot. It's well paced. It's the longest one, but it's still paced well. But my number 1 will go to Underworld 2. I just thought this one continued part 1 beautifully and fixed the mistakes, or just what I thought was bad about part 1. Like, I like the look of the werewolves better in this one. This one's more bloody and gory, doesn't cut away like part 1 does. All the werewolf attacks in part 1 were like off camera, and this one has a lot more action. It continues the same style and look. I just thought this one did it better. It has a much more intimidating antagonist in it. Love the look of him, the makeup there, the performance from the actor. In this one, we do get to see Kate Beckinsale naked in this one for a little bit. I thought this one also had terrific set pieces, and I thought the showdown at the end was pretty fun. My only complaints for it were like some of the CG transformations still didn't look that good. I also felt they kind of overused slow-mo, but that's just a tiny gripe. It's not like John Woo use of slow-mo, it's just a little too much. But it's the most entertaining in the franchise, and it is my number one. So what are your thoughts on this franchise? What is your favorite, least favorite ranking? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like what you've seen here, you can hit this like button and become a subscriber today just by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And remember, it's all an opinion. You don't need to get butthurt about it.